It's us live and me logging myself in. So once I'm in orbit, you can come and join me. Oh, it asked from this side.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, hi, good morning. I finally found the way to include my audio. So there you go. Hi, everyone.
Good afternoon again.
Indeed. Ah, dear. There we go. So I will join up on you, and
Yep.
we can get cracking.
I think we'll head to Firebase Hades and set up the patrol network. It'd be quite good to have that up and running to help us level up a bit as well.
Yeah.
See, the prestige mode of the raid got completed last night.
Yeah.
A team got
I'm
through
not
that
without
and done it.
controversy again.
Well, as we experienced, because we were going through the normal mode, some of the prestige mode tactics were dropping into the normal, and it was making no sense. So, as before, there's been just those a few coding glitches or whatever it is that's caused it.
Yeah, it is a bit odd, but then again, it didn't stop us. It sort of paused us for a bit until we got round it. But I guess that's it's good that we've got a little bit of prestige light experience as we went in, even whether we liked it or not.
Yeah, I was quite happy at how we did the dogs last night. That
was nice and quick.
60 stacks.
We're really getting that.
Let's just wipe them out. There's
Yeah, that was
I've got
that was
my
really
speeder.
Good. Oh, speeders ahoy! Brilliant.
That makes travelling so much easier. Now, so what is level ourselves up? We need to be level 15 before we can continue the rest of the stories. We'll probably level ourselves up around about 15, 16. Just because then that way, at the time we finish the story, we'll be level 20.
Subbing for Cade.
Exactly.
The Legion nicked the secure channel you Guardians use for your patrols. Naturally, Cade didn't leave any kind of instruction, so I suggest you rough up a few Cabal for the intel.
I just need to remember I've been on my Hunter this morning, and I do not have triple jump on Warlock. If I remember that, we will do fine.
Exactly. No, I think just while we're going round, I noticed this morning the chat forum seemed to be alive with PvP talk, and people getting very frustrated with PvP, which personally I think I can probably, I think I'm going to try here. I'm going to maybe be a little bit controversial, but that's what we're here to talk about. I think we can sum it up I can sum it up potentially. I'm going to try. There's a lot of people who had a lot of skills invested in D1 that they can't use in D2, and they're annoyed about it.
No. Sorry, would you like to say that again? I zoned out there. I was having voices from behind me. Family.
Oh, don't worry. Don't. Yeah, happens. Yeah, no, I think I'll shall try to sum up the obviously there's been a lot of talk this morning on that I've noticed on multiple forums about complaints about PvP in this game, and I think I can probably sum it up by saying there are a lot of people who invested a lot of time in developing skills in D1 that in PvP that they now can't use in D2, and they're annoyed about that.
It is definitely.
Perhaps rightly annoyed about it. I'm not having a go at them for it. I'm just saying. You know, bottom line here, guys, is it looks similar, but it is different.
I know we said there was a lot of emphasis in this game. A lot of emphasis on your gun skills. Obviously, having auto aim in any game takes away any deep necessity, but it does feel as though the auto aim is
Have a quick peek around.
different
Things quiet before you pop
in
into that
D2,
Legion base.
and I think that could be the problem. More people are picking up the game quicker. It does feel like there's a slight increase, shall we say, on the auto aim, so its percentage. And that could be what is annoying a lot of people, because having auto aim too high, more or less, as the game play it for you.
Lovely. Let's keep Legion
as close to line of sight, and then firing away, you know. And so I'd understand the annoyance,
I get that.
but at the same time, it's designed to bring more people to the game. It's designed to be more friendly to first timers. Yes.
Yeah.
And to
exactly. And I
really
think that
increase the team shoot. So the cooperative play, like you were saying, that's where.
I mean, I do feel. Yeah. Sorry,
that's where everything changes in this game. The cooperative team shooting style in PvP. If a team runs round in fours, they will. It feels like you're getting one-shotted in PvP because they're, firing in unison and completely taking you out. I think it's actually quite good because it encourages you to think on your feet. It's more realistic.
It's a controversial position to take, but I think you're right, and I really do.
Now, if you look at it with a real world perspective, in a real world battle zone, a squad, they're going to move together. They're going to let you split them apart the way because it's easier for you.
No, I absolutely agree. And but I do feel sorry. And sorry, that's the wrong word. That sounds patronising. I don't mean to be. But there are people who really do miss that feeling of being a superhero in the game. In PvP, and I get that. Basically, what I can't do anymore, and I think there are. Perhaps justifiably annoyed about is they can't log on their own and go and dominate a match like they used to in D1. And I think that annoys them, and I understand why that annoys them, because they got a lot of time invested in that, and that's fine, and that's completely understandable, I think. But I think it's trying to see the good in the new. That's. Yes, you miss being a one-man army, like we said yesterday.
Yeah. It makes sense though. The problem is that we look at it from a a role-playing perspective, because to us this is escapism. We come to play to be someone else for a little while. That's fine. That's what this game's mainly aimed at, and not just that. It's, if you follow the story, like we were saying in our last stream, it makes perfect sense that the Guardians are in a weakened state. Teaming up is what's going to make them stronger, therefore they've added that into the PvP. And a lot of the PvP only players won't get that, and quite frankly they don't need to get that. But
no,
they're
that's
not
fine. I think a lot of
is-
PvP.
it's part of the lore, it's part of the how it should be. But they're seeing it as a crutch to them.
Yeah.
You know, so
Give my regards to
Yeah,
Cade when
that's
he's-
it. Yeah, they are seeing it as, you're absolutely right, as this sort of, it's almost a personal pop at them, and it's and you know, and it must feel like that. It must, and I'm not trying to be patronising about it. I just think it
I
must
have full confidence in you.
it must feel rough, but you know, this is, you know, like I said, for context, you know, for those people who are new to the stream, you know, I know you do, from MMO background, hard mode raiding, stuff you can't do alone. Bottom line, that's the key here. So it's, you know, as I've said before, I got a lot less to lose in this situation than, you know, than the people who played D1 for, you know, 3 years and became good and developed certain skills, like, you know, like sniping and like sliding in with shotguns and running, throwing sticky grenades at people, and you know, I know sticky grenades, but it is a skill. It's still a skill. You still have to know the map. You still have to learn how to use things properly. Use the map to your advantage to get in close, just as you do with a shotgun. You know. And they've spent this time, and now all of those skills are no longer any use to them.
yeah, it's, you know, I do think that if they should have maybe done 2 versions of the PvP. I do agree there should have been a competitive side. Like, with the, for example, the way PvP set up, we've got quick play and we've got competitive play. And they really just allow different modes to be activated. But I do think the competitive play should bring people's power into account. That's,
but
you
a bit
know,
like Iron Banner used to be.
or ranked matches in MMOs. You know, it just changes up.
Yeah,
and
100%.
that way the PvPers would be more happy if they had their own style of rewards, and it would settle that complaint to an extent.
That Deborah and Hawthorne have to love us after that. Guardian down.
But anyway, as I say, it was just something that was current.
Think they can out-
And seemed to be all over
totally.
the place today. So I thought it would be daft not to say something about it. You know, that's all I'm saying.
It's a
I think.
major part, really, of the game. It's not something we necessarily play a lot of, but
No.
we do still occasionally venture in.
Well, we do, exactly. But I think a lot of people, you know, as I say, it's I think it's there's both good and bad. So, but I think, like I say, people are going to get used to used to the game. Or they, as I say, and they've still got Do You Want to Go and
Yeah.
for competitive matches. I know people are doing that, particularly for private matches. Which again, I've got to say that there's no particular reason that I can see for that. I can't see a good reason for not having private matches. I don't quite get it.
I do
Maybe
understand
that's something
they
that
are-
will.
It is coming. It has to be because
Oh, is it?
in the tower itself, the screens in front of Shaxx, if you go talk to Shaxx and you turn round to face, you'll actually see the logo for private matches is on that screen. So like he's watching the private screen matches, the private match screen, sorry. So it is there, it's just it's not fully in yet. So I don't know if it's complications they're having or what. But again, communication. If they openly said we are adding
We're
this to
working
the
on it,
game,
give us time.
Unfortunately, at this moment in time, we're having an issue with XYZ, and we will have it as soon as we can. Most of that nagging would disappear, funnily enough.
Yeah. Well, you would. It would be absolutely right to say, yeah. There's no point. Why not say it? Just say it.
Exactly. It's
You know you're going to do it.
the communication. That's what's a big factor right now with Bungie. They really need to open up a bit more.
We drove them off. As usual.
Any interference to their Glimmer mining operations is most welcome.
Hopefully this power weapon will be a bit better. No, it isn't. It's 131 compared to 134. Because I was only tickling him. I was firing as much as I could with listening.
And all, we're not at the level to really compete right now at the public events. We just, it's force of habit that we have to just, get in there. It's not a necessity. Don't, it,
Still worth it though.
yeah, we still always at least get one piece of upgrade, which is quite handy.
Yeah, actually I did. I got some much better gloves actually. That's good. That's great. But yeah, so no, I just, as I say, it's a fun place. It's a fun place to be. Our community. It's always something new. So what's on the director for us to
I
do
think-
now?
Lost sectors, because we're close to some. In fact, we're right bloody beside one. We might as well go do that.
Yep,
I could
that's,
really use a new
let's
kinetic.
jump in. Oh, is this? You nearly got both of us then.
What was that?
I don't know, but it nearly got me as well.
That just literally ripped me a new one, and I didn't even have time to register I was dead, I don't think. Well, this sort of shows why the Cabal. It's the wrist grenade, Nick. It's actually a one
it is
shot
the
at
wrist
our,
grenade.
at our current level.
Uh,
Okay.
I mean,
that's it.
it's. I have to say that those, particularly in the raid, they can absolutely upset your plans completely. You've really
Yeah.
got to be careful with those.
They've played-
I mean, I've got a Max Light that I was playing last night, and literally one of those would take me down into the red zone straight away, and that's at Max Light. Power, sorry, not Max Light. Max Power.
I think everybody
or four.
understands. Power is light, light is power. The Sith code again here. Got a healing rift up here now.
Thank you, mate.
You managed to get your hands on a linear fusion already.
No, that's my super. That's
Oh
Gold Gun.
yeah, golden gun. Sorry, that used to you being on a warlock or a titan. I forgot
Yeah.
you're
Yes.
actually on a hunter.
I don't hunt very much. I really don't. You're absolutely spot on, right? I was just thinking. Well, I fired about 5 shots at him with my 134 level sniper rifle, which I think did a total of about 1,000 damage. Which is fine, but it's good. It's good. It's good. We should, we only get these chances. We only get the chance to be, this underpowered, 3
This
times.
is my
and it's good fun.
last time experiencing it because basically I will not my titan or my hunter to do this again.
No.
Or my warlock
Certainly not.
because I've done that already. Oh, I've gone the wrong way.
Oh, don't worry.
But we can tell you what. Let's travel. There's 3 lost sectors in Trostland alone.
Good idea. There's an event going on as well.
Yeah, we could fire a couple shots that way and run and hide.
Yep.
Or there was an event. It's finished, which is fine because we're here. We're here for the lost sector anyway. Put the fire team medallion on as well. Forgot to do that
Oh,
earlier.
haven't done that. Thank you for reminding me. I should put mine on as well.
Now you see these enemies don't have the red skulls because this is the area we're technically supposed to be using right now. The other area was for later levels, originally intended anyway. Or for those that like a bit of adventure like ourselves.
Don't run away. Don't run away.
If you do, don't bring reinforcements. Slightly better haul.
Yeah, I do like this Allegro hand cannon that I've got in my energy slot at the moment. Very nice. Very slow reload, but apart from that, lovely.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little self-crippled having double scout right now.
Yeah, you're not putting you've got nothing to really react with, have you? You've got to plan everything out because you've got to engage it at the right range.
Yeah, they come in at any sort of closing distance, and it's melee, grenade, run away. There's not a lot else I can do.
But yeah, this is a good fun way of just getting those extra levels, the levels that you need to get up there. It's good. You can see why Bungie's done it. We've made this lovely big world for you to run around in.
They're going to force you to do it.
Yeah. Run about in it for a while, okay? But I want to carry on with the story. No, you can't. You have to run about in the world we built for a while. Oh, okay. It's actually quite fun.
Okay. No. I will say this, but okay.
A little bit late. Run away. Sorry, I'm going to use the hunter's best skill. Run and hide. As we have said before, the AI of them is so much better than it was in D1.
Yeah, it's to see them actually what almost feels like coordinating to ambush you at times is beautiful. I'm personally playing Shadow of War at the moment. In my non-Destiny time, it's very similar to that sort of Nemesis system. Well, not quite as advanced, but it's good to see that it's at least taking a step in the right direction. It's a good feeling when you come into an area that you've been in lots of times before, and suddenly the enemy do something you weren't expecting.
Nicely backed into a corner there.
Grenade launcher versus fallen captain. Grenade launcher wins every time.
Difficult weapon to get to grips with, but I think ultimately good weapon.
Once you've got the arc control on it.
Yeah, that's what foxes a lot of people, I think, first out. They're not quite sure how the arc, and it's quite loopy. It loops up. Good.
Got to admit, I like how they make it harder to get out of the lost sectors than it is to get in them.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll tell you what, I will pick up a patrol and we'll gather some materials first.
Got some reports of bad guys running around with scavenged tech.
Cool.
If you see anyone carrying something they shouldn't, take it off their hands.
Sorry, I had to catch up to you there. I was just equipping some stuff.
Don't worry.
But I shall follow your name tag.
More falling. And a free chest. Someone killed a priority target for us.
Very nice. I have noticed that it's not doesn't seem to be quite as picky about you firmly tagging a priority target now in order to get access to the loot.
No.
Don't know why. I could be wrong. It seems to be a little less picky about it now.
Shall we delve into another lost sector on the last one of this area?
Yes.
In the church?
In the church. Yep. I think we've said it before, but it's probably worth saying again. There's just this lost sector is just so handy. There is literally no point in coming here and not doing this lost sector.
It's obviously the first lost sector you actually experience in the game, which is quite an enjoyable one. We all quite often come back here actually.
Ah, look at you blinking around. Oh! Nice shooting, Tex.
Novel bomb in the right place and everything goes by.
I don't know whether this is the intention, but I do like the way that they made, especially I think at the early levels, the melee is quite powerful. Which I think is great in.
Yeah. And then it softens off later on.
What?
Yeah.
Because it is that little
we've
panic
opened too many
button that
boxes
it does give you. Oh, we've got no loot now. Oh,
Yeah.
come on, Bungie, this is not good.
It's to stop the farmers.
True. Yeah, there is a purpose. to it.
Although editing the respawn rate would be a better purpose. Personally.
Yes. That's fair
But
comment.
that's our opinion, not everyone's apparently. Let's see. What we could do is we could call them home as an adventure, a small adventure over here.
Oh, love it. Yeah.
Allow us to level up. Now, this, I will point out to yourself and everyone else that this adventure here is a slightly risky one to pick up on. Only because if the Fallen and the Cabal are moving against each other,
Helping me spread the
and you
word.
come to pick up this adventure,
Broadcasting a
you get
signal
caught
to
right in the
alarm
middle.
people who fled the city
Always be
to
aware
say,
of your surroundings.
Yes.
"Be safe here."
Yeah, this whole
Let's
area
make sure
here is
everyone
quite difficult.
everywhere can hear.
Yeah.
Quite hot area.
There's a
So
few
you've got to be.
signal amplifiers around the area to boost the signal.
They experienced
That
that
should do the trick.
the hard way.
One node online.
Like the signal's already amped. That was fast.
Hang on a minute. I just spotted quite a few Fallen headed your way. Keep your guard up.
I'm the Zealous.
Eliminating that captain under the church must have drawn the rest of the Fallen out.
They won't stop coming. We need to make sure that signal is strong. You better hurry up and place that second node.
I hold silver. Away.
Whee!
This place used to be... This is the first time I've even seen any Fallen since the Cabal hit us. Reminds me of the city. You all tried to make it so we never even laid eyes on a Dreg. To keep us safe, right? There's another word for a place you're not allowed to leave. You know, with walls you can't see over, and guards everywhere. I read the boosted signal, and some kind of strange feedback.
The Fallen are nothing if not persistent. I'd wager they have some kind of jamming devices nearby.
I'm just saying, no walls at the farm. Come and go whenever you want. So let's make sure everyone can get there, eh, Guardian?
One of 3 jamming signals down. Two. Again, these signals, jamming sensor things, aren't always in the same place either, which I quite like.
Oh, yeah. It's lovely the way they move them around.
There. Got a clear signal. No more feedback.
5x5 here as well. Excellent work.
It's nice to have a Guardian helping us normals for a change. But there's one more thing. Did I send those coordinates correctly?
I've got them. Through the tunnel, across the river.
That's the place. I left something behind there.
We're almost to your coordinates, Hawthorne.
Good. I left supplies there that I had to abandon in a hurry a while back.
This is a part of the map that I don't often come to.
No,
All got
it's
packed,
quite
dropped
a
everything, and flew across
a
the
rare
ocean to
part.
try and
It's I think that
Bad
this
news,
adventure is the only
Hawthorne.
one that brings you here,
Fallen
really.
is here.
help. The city sure doesn't need it anymore. We could use that stuff at the farm. All right, forget the supplies. Clear out those Fallen, and we'll figure out our next move.
What I found, Nick, is once we clear out this first lot, for some reason there seems to be a lot more of them than normal. We head up to the top of this hill. It's a good vantage point to take out the rest from,
Oh, good idea.
as they keep coming down, because they will keep sending reinforcements.
The area's clear.
Long. The Fallen don't like it when they're denied a good scavenge. They're bound to come at you in force.
Then do me another one of those node things to boost my signal. Then get out of there.
Obviously use the barrels to your advantage when you need to as well. Plenty of them.
Oh, yeah. That's
Just blow that one up beside us
a
so
good point.
it doesn't time.
Yeah, I get the feeling that trying to use more of the environment around you is definitely a good tactic. I don't do it enough.
Again, it's something you're forced into doing in Shadow of War. You've got many environmental distractions, and ways to hurt the enemy using the environment, so it's become second nature to me, which is quite good. And there's a lot more games incorporating it now. It does add to the living environment you're actually playing in. Because it means they can give you a feeling of being completely overrun, but still have that inside. if you realise it's there.
Yeah, good point.
If you made them mad, you're doing something right. Don't let up.
Nope.
We did it. They're gone.
Golden.
You Guardians really are something else. I guess I kind of forgot that.
And now we know that there are resources to be found in the EDZ. Once we retake the city, that'll be a big help.
Sure.
What Soraya means
Nicely
to
done.
say is thank you. Head back here when you can, you two. There's still quite a bit to do.
Oh dear. Sidearm.
Yeah,
I've got to use the sidearm.
I got that as well. But the sidearm I got, Nick. It's a
Oh, you got the nice Saurus
Well-
one. Oh, that's a good. So I got an Omolon one.
Yeah, you got the pulse rifle version. I got the auto rifle version. But yeah, there's not too much complaints about it.
No.
Honestly, it's for an weapon, it's relatively good.
Yeah, and we've got and I've got a pulse rifle here, which again, pulse rifles don't seem to quite hit their stride yet in this game.
No. Do you want to see something quite unique, Nick? Sorry, while I remember.
Yes,
it's here.
please. Oh God, yeah, yeah, especially while we're here.
You recognise that gun?
Oh,
It's the first gun you ever
good
get
Lord.
in Destiny 1.
It's the Kvostov. Good Lord, I've got
It's-
turn off.
Yeah, there's a little light nearby it. So if you're here at the night run, you've got this light here. But yeah, it's just
Look
a
at
little,
that.
little Destiny
Hey,
Easter egg.
old friend.
To remind us all where we
Brilliant.
started,
Yeah, good point.
so we don't forget.
That turned into a fine exotic that we didn't. I never got full use out of the exotic version of that gun, the starting gun, the Kvostov.
Yeah.
Cracking auto rifle.
I do agree. It's one of those ones that we head to Cove of Winding Cove. It's one of those
Cove of
ones
Winding it is, sir.
that wasn't utilised well, I don't think. Because it was such an obscure mission to go get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that turned a few people off.
We might as well stick our nose in.
Do as you see
Why not?
I
Let's
trust
just
your methods.
plink off a few rounds. Yeah, it's funny. Pulse rifles were so good in D1. A lot of people used it as their sort of raid go-to weapon and all the rest of it, you know.
We just arrived in time.
I don't know
Nick.
why. We did. I don't quite know why they're not as popular as they were. I don't
They
quite
don't
understand it myself.
quite have the same impact as they used to. They've got the same rates of fire, but
Do you think
some
so?
of the impact's a bit
There they go again.
off.
Can't stand and face us, huh?
That's
They-
personally how it
Can't
feels
blame
to
them.
myself.
You are formidable.
Just a little buff would make a lot of difference, but it's
Yeah.
kind of what I'm reading there, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. Just a little bit more impact on them. It would be back to where they used to be.
Yeah, because it's funny. It's just that they're not, like I say. It's like so much in this game. Don't get me wrong. Pulse rifles are not bad. It's just I couldn't quite put my finger on why they weren't as good.
Yeah, it's personally the only thing I can find, because their accuracy is fine, their rate of fire is fine. You just You don't feel like you're doing the impact.
Yeah. Especially if you go from auto rifle to pulse
Yeah.
rifle.
Because auto rifles right now are really, really smooth and working really well.
Getting some weird. Dev, did you put your teacup on the broadcast switch again?
Looks like these fallen shanks are rerouting the signal.
Try dismantling one and taking a close look at.
Let's find the shank.
Dregs?
This core, it's acting as a kind of broadband amplifier. Their signal is blocking transmissions all.
After all the work you did setting up Soraya's broadcast, that just won't do.
There's a signal antenna.
See,
nearby.
I purposely
I can
chose
use
this
the core
one
to try to find the
because
source
it's the
of whatever
follow-up
Fallen
mission
are
to the
doing.
one we just did.
Ah, lovely.
So I thought we'd
Nice story.
slightly continue that story forward.
Why do you think they're trying to jam us, Dev?
They missed their opportunity to take over this area after our friend touched the shard.
And now they're too
Fox here
spot
now.
on. Typical Fallen.
Oh,
If you've not done this one before, it is, again, quite good. And we hunker down and survive. Emphasis, whoa, on that survive part. This is where the scout rifle comes into its own. It really does. When you're fighting enemies at decent range. Obviously, again, that's the AI showing its tactics by throwing a grenade before rushing around the corner.
yeah, exactly. Backing you up.
Which is beautiful, because then it gains them straight away.
Obviously, making use of the landscape as well as to where they're going to land. So they're going to put things in front of you.
Yep. Sending in the Invisible Marauder as well. I love the new Fallen run. I've said it before and I will keep saying it. It just adds so much more almost insect-like vibe to the Fallen.
I lost the connect. The Fallen are jamming us. I found the source. It's underground. Deep underground.
That figures. Fallen love dark places.
Especially
Quickly
with the
grab
Red Legion all over the
Not
dead zone.
engrams. Little upgrade. Picked up another sidearm. Thankfully, it's another gross one. See what I do like? This, I don't know if it's just me, but this little area here that we're coming over and moving around reminds me of being a kid and like just exploring out somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah, exactly. Just going your way around for the sake of going and finding your way around, and just literally finding interesting parts.
yeah. Like me and my friends used to go out on their bikes and just end up somewhere, and this is what it feels like, that
Yeah.
sort of vibe. Don't get me wrong,
It
we're
is.
never going to a dark tunnel like this because I watched it as a child.
Well, and the fact that you have like fully armed.
Yeah.
Fallen banners.
We all float
Definitely
down
on the
here.
right track.
Now that's that emblem isn't a House of Judgment. This is touching back
No.
on the lore again.
This is House of Dawn, I think it is.
Ooh, look at you with your
It's
knowledge of sigils.
it's the new Fallen House. It's what they are united.
So this is force that we're going to have to deal with.
This is the united. I think it's the united Fallen Force that are being supplied by House of Judgment. So that's why we see the House of Judgment sigil around. They're not become part of House of Judgment. That is still just barracks. From what I can tell, anyway. Obviously, if I'm wrong, somebody will tell me at some point. Well, if you're going to challenge me when I've got a grenade launcher in my hand and stand next to an explosive barrel, it's going to hurt.
Exactly.
Just for the record, if anyone else wondered.
They're really built up down here. We need to remember this place after we retake the city, so we can clear it out for good.
Or we could let the Fallen have their creepy caves and not sacrifice more people.
Have you done this adventure before, Nick?
No, this is completely new to me.
Good.
I love it.
I like it a lot because it's very Fallen heavy. In fact, it's fully Fallen
Yeah.
based, which, you know, in D2 doesn't happen a lot because the priority is the Cabal.
Yeah, for that reason, I think it feels quite Destiny 1-ish, you know, in terms of the difference. I know that sounds a bit odd to say, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally do.
Because there aren't many places like this in Destiny 2 where we do see so much, as you say, of the Fallen. Oh. Nice touch. Oh. Wire to the face.
Yeah, that one slightly caught me. Here we are at the
This is it.
central.
Hold them off and I'll use that shank core to shut down the signal remotely.
That's the only problem with having your energy weapon as a sidearm. You have to get a bit closer to the intended target than you would really like to.
Yeah, I actually used the golden gun there, and
He moves.
literally he moves so well, I didn't get a single shot off on him. and he ducked under a shotgun shot there. Had him absolutely banged to rights, and he ducked underneath
I
it.
all their broadcast capabilities. No more jamming.
And from that,
That
I
means people
get
will be
my
coming
crack
to the farm
talisman.
from all over the planet. Once we get that last relay set up, we can reach out to the
Which
rest
sets
of the
me
system.
on the way to start learning.
Then we can start rallying
My
guardians to strike
Stormcaller.
back against the Red Legion.
There will be plenty of time for both. For now, head back here when you can, you two.
Yeah, just enough. That actually worked out quite well, because now land at Trostland, I kill a few enemies, and I'll be level 15.
Yay!
Did you already make it that way?
I'm just ticked over. Yep, just ticked over to level
Just ticked
15 now,
over.
which is great. Yep.
Oh, no, so I got a pulse rifle from last mission. Stabbed in the back apparently. Where'd you go? And there we go, level 15. Straightforward finish, like, which also means that I'm now fully spec'd in my Nova Bomb tree.
Oh, that's good. Ah,
That's
yes,
its
of course.
max.
Forgot to spend my points again. Always doing that.
It happens. The good thing
3
is,
points to spend.
then our next stream will, because that's going to be the end of our stream today, our next stream will involve us hitting the Red War again, and we get to go drive some tanks. Now that is always
Which
fun.
is always fun. Oh yeah, always a good time to be had in the tanks. And especially using tanks together, that's going to be even fun. I'd had before use 2 tanks. That's going to be interesting.
It's quite good. Quite entertaining. So,
Well, double tank tactics.
exactly. Right. Well, that
Okie doke.
is us for today. Thank you very much
Brilliant.
once again for joining me.
No, you're very welcome. Always a pleasure.